Greetings to all, Shubhodaya. We have been covering the series on Abhyasa and Vairagya. The difference between a fresher and an experienced doctor is in experience. The senior doctor is an experience. A difference between a child and a grandfather is in experience. There is a saying, I like your valor, but not your wisdom. It is the fresher has a valor and experienced person has a wisdom. Elders have a wisdom, young people have valor. Both have to be tuned together. The valor, it has to be brought under the wisdom, then personality flourishes. It is the fortunate one in the early age, they get a mentorship from a right source so that their personality blossoms. Many of us, we don't get a right mentorship in the early age, and leading to our valor is there. We may be treading a wrong track. To be on the right track, it should be valor, should be tread in the track laid by the wisdom. The valor is called as abhyasa. Abhyasa, yes, I have an energy, everyone is practicing. We don't know what we are doing. You should know that abhyasa is the valor and wisdom part is vairagya. Vairagya, viraga, vishesha raga, attached to the higher things. The seniors, elders, experienced person, they have gone through the life, they know what is good, what is not right. The abhyasa has to be brought under the vairagya so that the best in us comes out. The abhyasa in Sri Krishna, he talks about abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. This abhyasa, when it is treading on the track laid by the vairagya, one attains the highest. Sri Krishna talks about. Both have to go hand in hand. Abhyasa and vairagya must go in hand in hand. And Sri Krishna says to do the abhyasa, we need to have a goal in our life, the highest goal. Many times we don't know what is my highest goal. What I want to get out of my life, we don't know. And Sri Krishna says, to begin with, if you do not know, you have a company of good people. Good people, when you are associated with positive people, noble people, in their company, you will get a direction for your life. They will prompt you. Suppose if you are slipping down, they will motivate you to come back onto the track. If you are going away from the track, they will put you back on the track. And Sri Krishna says the importance of having a positive people, good people around, making a company of them, it will help you to come back onto the track. Atachittam samadatum na shaknoshi mai stiram abhyasa yogena tato mamichaptum dhananjaya. When you have a good company, your abhyasa will be brought on the track. And Sri Krishna says, suppose even I can't do the abhyasa, the goal, the other people cannot put me onto the goal. Suppose I don't have a right company in the place where I am. Sri Krishna says, whatever is the goal which you think is the right, maybe a short-term goal, ordinary goal, you get on to that one, not to be idle and not to wait for the wind to blow before you set the sail. You get started, whatever little you know, then path opens for you. Abhyasepi asamartosi mat karma paramo bhava madartamapi karmani kurvam siddhimavapsyasi. You start not to be idle, whatever little you know, whatever your parents had taught you when you were a child, little by little, Even if it is imperfect, it is okay. Start off. When you start off, see how the path opens for you. The secret of abhyasa, not to say that I don't know, and I don't practice. I don't know. You, whatever little you know, get started. The path opens for you. And Patanjali says, for example, if you have a very, from the shop we buy a very tasty mango, you will ask, such a tasteful mango, you will ask the shop person where it has come from, Northern Territory or Queensland, where it has come, which farm, and I want to have more. You will start appreciating the tree. If you see a small child, very brilliant child, you will appreciate the parents. You must have worked very hard. Congratulations, you brought this child very well. Behind the success of your child, your parents are congratulated. And so is, if your old age is good, that means you have had abhyasa and vairagya behind you. Many old people, they spend their life in regret, complaining, and most, not many, most, complaining, regretting, and whinging and cringing and complaining on everything. If you are having a satisfied old age, that means you have led your life, younger days, with abhyasa and vairagya, with cautiously your tread. If you haven't, looking at the old person, one part, we have to pity them. They squandered their life. Always complaining, it is, before they blame others, we should initially pity them and give a helping hand. And the old age, how you spend your day now. Yesterday, Varun was saying that I won't let people enjoy the party, weekend party. And what I am saying that not to have party, but you have to be careful. Otherwise, in the old age, you will be regretting. You spent your days only in partying, and old age, you become a burden to the society, burden to yourself. And how you lead your life now is important, how you will be in the old age. Our Nargis ji, she is 87, she is so vibrant, healthy, because of her upbringing, how she led her younger days. Because of that one, she is able to inspire others. And if the Patanjali says, if you haven't led your life, sickness and old age comes in your life very quickly. The signs of old age talks about distress and dull mind, and no control over the limbs, and no control over the breathing. Patanjali talks about angamaye jayatva shwasa prashwasa vicheda, the breathing, and the dukkha dhormanasya angamaye jayatva shwasa prashwasa vikshepa. These four are the signs of sickness and old age. And how to bring back onto the track, Patanjali talks about tat pratishedartham ekatattva abhyasaha. To get onto the track, abhyasa, your life should be focused on one direction. Not to have entertain so many pursuits in your life, you will end up doing nothing. Having a goal. Not to some people go on guru collection. I have 10 gurus, 20 gurus. You end up doing nothing. Stick one path. Depth is important than the width. Depth, go deep. The ekatattva abhyasaha. Your mind becomes very stable. If you collect so many things, following so many paths, you end up doing nothing. And Patanjali talks about you need to have viveka in your life. Viveka, he says, maitri, karuna, mudita, upekshana, sukha dukkha, punya, apunya, vishayanam, chitta, prasadhanam, bhavanartha chitta prasadanam. You should have a viveka, pick up, choose the right friends in your life who will help you to learn and earn. Learning and earning, you can't select your friends willy-nilly. Those will help you, those who help you to upgrade your personality. Choose your friends such a way that you need not have to have 100 friends. Friends, pick up the friends who will help in your learning and earning. Maitri, Karuna, you be compassionate to one who has a potential for learning and earning. Have compassionate. Mudita, take delight in one who already has learned, who has already earned, and who is already sharing. Learning, earning, and sharing, that person is already contributing. Make friendship with that person. Not only learned, not only earned, and started sharing. Take delight in the company of that person. Upekshana, stay away from people who devalue, who bring down your value. Stay away from them. Who will put you down, those their presence makes your personality goes down. Stay away from them. Patanjali talks about the viveka in you goes up when you have the breathing under your control. Prachardhana vidharanabhyam va pranasya. When you start breathing slowly, your mind becomes calm, serene. Mind, there is a link between the mind and the breathing. Viveka dawns when you start breathing slowly. When the breathing is erratic, mind becomes restless, you don't know what you are doing. If you are in a dilemma, learn the art of pranayama. Helps in calming the mind. You can take the decisions properly. And Patanjali, the Vishoka va Jyotishmatihi. Patanjali, he talks about to get the overcome the sorrow, contemplate on the light within. Light within, however brilliant are the outer things, are subject to change. The only changeless thing in you is the light, inner light. Connect within. It will give stability to your life. Outer things, however brilliant they are, makes you restless in your life. Connect within, inner light. Vishoka va Jyotishmatihi. Patanjali says to contemplate on the inner light. To begin with, he is talking about, to begin with, you contemplate on the heart of an illumined person. Illumined person to begin with, Vishokava, before you can contemplate on your heart center, on the light, contemplate, you need to have a guru in your life. Role model, one who inspires your life. One who puts you back onto the track. Once you sets a goal for you. Once you motivate you to excel in your life. And he is Vitaraga Vishayam Va Chittasya. Patanjali talks about next sutra, 37th sutra. Vitaraga Vishayam Va Chittasya. Vitaraga. Have a contemplate, have a role model who has no personal agenda, who is not attached to trivial things in his or her life. Vitaraga Vishayam, one who is not attached to the trivial things, one who has a high goal, have a role model as your role model. Like a magnet, iron, when it is rubbed against an iron piece of iron against a magnet, it acquires a magnetic property. When you have a role model, such an illumined person, such an inspired person as a role model in your life, like iron, piece of iron getting a magnetic property, you also start acquiring those qualities. Patanjali is talking about when you are inspired, when the goal is set, your action follows. When the intensity of your action, I mentioned, is proportional to the vision you entertain in your life. If I do not have a vision in my life, if my goals are ordinary, my actions also becomes ordinary. If you want to bring out the best in you, set your goal very high. When the goal is so high, you get intensity behind your action. Patanjali says, Vitaraga Vishayam Vachittasya. To get started, you have a role model. Have a role model. In the early days also, that in the history books, if you look at Jijabai, she used to tell her son Shivaji about great people. In the olden times, and our parents, grandparents used to read a story of great achievers. Why they tell the story every night? My mother is to tell a story, and my grandfather is to tell a story about great achievers. Every night you go into sleep with that positive thinking. Yes, slowly it will start shaping your personality. These days, and the children are playing with some violent game, and they go to sleep, and with the iPad, iPhone with them, and they go to sleep. There's no role model set up, and so it is saying that importance of contemplating on noble stories, good stories. Have a role model, not only the story, have a role model. When you have, it will help in shaping your personality. I will talk about other principles what Patanjali is talking about. Lie down on your back.